Welcome everybody. We are in the Rum River State Forest again, but this time we are right alongside the Groundhouse River, and this is easily the most beautiful sight that we've ever taken this thing. It's starting to feel a little more like winter. We got some colder temperatures today. The snow is falling, and I worked out some of the kinks with our wood stove, so we should stay plenty warm tonight inside the cabin. And let me tell you, getting to this site was not easy. I had a whole bunch of issues towing this cabin in, and I'm gonna have some things that I need to fix when I get home. We need higher clearance, potentially for the wheels and back, but mainly for the front of this thing. In the future, I would also like to add bigger, fatter tires and maybe even suspension to help get this thing deeper into the woods, which is the goal, you know? My brother-in-law got me this knife for Christmas, and it comes with some flint. And the flint goes right here in the sheath, so you always have it with you. So we got some flank steak on there. We also have some potatoes and some broccoli as well. Pretty solid lunch. Dear Lord, thank you for this food. Help us to be safe tonight. Amen. This is like the nicest meal I've ever eaten out in the woods. Broccoli, potatoes, steak. All right, we're gonna give Ellie a little piece of steak. Good? Well, we got some firewood cut for when we need to fire up that stove, which I'm itching to do, but I think Ellie would like to go on a hike. So we're gonna go out and walk along the river a little bit. Man, oh man, that's pretty. There goes Ellie. Look at her go. Oh my gosh, I love that dog. Wow, it's a pretty good current. You could toss a raft in here and have quite a good time. Look at this massive eddy. Well, I think it's time to start up this fire in here and relax in the cabin a little bit. Look at this view. This is unbelievable. Now that we got the stove going, I'll show you a couple of the tweaks that I made to this setup since the last time we were out. First off, I put in a metal sheet underneath the stove. That way it's not just sitting on wood anymore. I also used some high heat JB Weld to seal off this connection right here. It's not pretty, but it's working just fine. But I also brought some bigger pieces of wood this time, as well as a saw and a hatchet, so that I can cut some bigger pieces that will hopefully last a lot longer in here. And then I added another elbow and the spark arrestor, so we should have great draw and be a lot safer as well. Well, it's snowing again. It's very, very pretty, although I was hoping to have some drier conditions for our fire, but we're just gonna have to roll with it. We'll go gather some firewood and we'll get this thing going. The wood we have to use out here is really, really wet, and that's why this fire is taking a little bit longer to start. But if you look in there, we do have a hot flame going, which is drying out some of these bigger pieces, which will eventually catch. I know it didn't seem like it in the video, but this fire took at least half hour, 35 minutes to get going. And I don't think we're gonna get it much bigger than this. It's kind of a shame, but it just means we'll have to hang out in the cabin a little bit more later. Well, I guess I better get cooking before it turns completely pitch black. So for dinner tonight, I'm gonna do some leftovers as well. I've got a bunch of ham here and some eggs and cheese, and you guessed it, a tortilla. So we're gonna make kind of a little breakfast burrito type thing for dinner. I'm gonna be using the stove again instead of the fire to cook on, just so I don't have to wreck the little fire that we do have. All right, it's not the prettiest thing ever. It's a ton of ham. Oh my gosh. So good. Love being able to use leftovers when I come out on these trips, because honestly, I'm not a chef, you guys. I like to whip up some fun, creative things every now and then, but when I go camping, it's all about simplicity. So just being able to reheat stuff that's already made and is good, it's fine by me. You can see we got the ham, got the eggs, and the cheese is all mixed in there. It's perfect. Well, it's time to get cozy in here. Sun is completely down. Our fire is out. It's cabin time. So the fire is starting up. As you can see, I've got some wood that I collected outside. It's really, really wet. So I'm leaving it right next to the stove to dry out. It won't catch there, but I'll keep an eye on it anyway. This is our dry wood over here. This should definitely last us tonight. And if we do need to use this stuff, it'll be in the morning. Ellie's chilling out, and I'm gonna do the same. It's just incredible to be able to listen to not only the fire and the wood stove, but also the sound of the river outside. It's so incredibly relaxing. Girl. I always think it's so cool being out at night, even if it's just, you know, for a minute or two. There's just something different about it. I threw a cover over our bike just in case it rains or snows overnight. Got our food hung up here and our garbage. You wanna go to bed, Elle? Good doggy, good dog. So the stove is just about out. I'm gonna let it burn out for the evening, and we'll start it back up in the morning. We've got warm enough blankets and sleeping bags where we won't need it overnight. It worked out so much better on this go around, having the larger pieces of wood. They burned for so long, kept this place nice and warm, and yeah, that was definitely a problem solved. All right, we're all snuggled up and it's time for bed. See you in the morning. 6 a.m. warming the sleeping bag, but I want to get a fire going. So I prepped the coffee last night, and for the first time ever, I'm going to make it inside the cabin here. I've got room on the shelf for the stove inside here, and after the last time I was in the bike cabin and I spilled all the coffee, I said never again. So I'm not sure I've showed you guys this before, but this thing right here is a satellite communicator that I use to be able to text Riley and just let her know I'm okay, where I am. You know, it's not necessarily cheap. I think it's like 20 bucks a month, but for what I do, especially since I'm out of service on a weekly basis, it's worth the peace of mind, that's for sure. Wow. Look at that, Elle. Pretty crazy, huh? Yeah. Ellie. Whoa, careful. Dude, careful. Holy moly. Get up here. Come on. Elle, up. Up. You have got to be careful. Looks like Elle doesn't have the spatial awareness that I thought she did. Lesson learned. Well guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. This is not only the best site we've ever taken, the bike cabin, but it's one of the best places we've ever camped. It's absolutely gorgeous. Hearing that water flowing, being able to look out the window and see the river, it's just spectacular, and it just goes to show that there are always new places to find. I want to thank all of you for watching, for your support, and I want to give a special shout out to our patrons who generously donate to this channel. It means the world to us, you know. This is what we do for a living. It's what I feel called to do. You know, I've been doing this for over 10 years now in different forms, and I'm so grateful and honored to have this privilege. So thank you all for watching. We'll see if we should get more snow this winter, but if not, we'll just keep coming out nonetheless and enjoying it. So we'll see you on the next one, and God bless.